Man, I don't even know this because this is really I was not expecting this to come out of especially a young, not even an older guy, but a young guy like this. I don't know. It's not great. You know, we've heard the famous story of Jamarcus Russell. He's given the VHS tape and he's told to go home over the weekend, watch game or the day off, go watch the game tape, and then come back. You know, and we'll work on it. So he comes back, and the coaches ask, "Oh, you know, what was the game tape? Whatever. How was the study? Oh, it's great. You know, I remember this, that, and the other." It was a blank tape, so they know he was BS out of his. It was BS out of his behind. I don't think this is near that level. We know even at this point, if Kyler stopped today, he's 1,000 times the NFL player that Jamarcus Russell was. But look,
but here's the problem: you drop $48 million a year across 5 years, $230.5 million, nearly $250 million, and you have a stipulation saying you have to do homework.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You don't love it. You don't love to see it. I mean, look, we're not asking these guys to study film like Tom Brady, where it's work, come home, I make my avocado cactus smoothie, and then I'm watching tape the rest of the night. Like, we're not asking you to be at that level. But, you know, the Jamarcus Russell thing, that's, you know, kind of an exaggeration, but like, fall somewhere in between, closer to the Tom Brady end of the spectrum.
See, that's what I mean. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they were study hawks. You know,
yeah, they love to study. They almost love to study and watch film as much as play.
When Philip Rivers, when the Chargers went from San Diego to LA, Philip Rivers bought like a specially designed like minivan, like Winnebago, that had a full entertainment center. So he would basically have a 3-hour ride up. Someone would drive him, and he would study tape on that 3-hour ride up and 3-hour ride back. You know, that was what he did to be able to adapt when his team moved 3 hours north.
Yeah, he also has like 18 kids, so the Winnebago fitting all the kids going to.
That is probably part of it too. Yeah, he's
like part of it too. Yeah,
but I mean, he's got to do four. I just want to read this. He has to do 4 hours a week. Players shall not receive credit.
It's only 4. Only 4 hours.
4 hours a week, which isn't even that bad. But
outside of being facility film time, at home, so only 4 hours a week.
But here's the big thing. Player is not personally studying or watching material while it's displayed. Or B, player is engaged in any other activity that may distract his attention. For example, watching television, playing video games, or browsing the internet, such as while the material is being played. So they put the stipulation in there saying you're not allowed to get distracted and screw off and play on your phone. You know, this says so much about this contract. You know, you basically, the Deshaun Watson deal, a lot of people, myself included, had a hard time with that deal. The Kyler Murray one, I was willing maybe to say it was okay until I read that. Because a player that basically makes that kind of coin should not have a stipulation like that in there. That should be so intrinsically burned into their skull to study every nuance of every person coming at him. Every nuance of every single receiver that he's got, every single running back, to know them so well, to know what they're going to do before they put their foot down on the field. But they had to put it in this contract.
Yeah, no, that's right. You don't love it. It's not great.
Oh, I laugh at it. I do love it because I find it.
I think no, there is. Well, we don't have to deal with it. I mean, would we love to have Kyler? Sure. The studying part, I live with it. But, you know, hey, I would be annoyed and pretty pissed if Zach Wilson is signing a contract in a few years with this same clause. Although, if we've been recent on Zach Wilson news, distractions, it might be a little more of all right, maybe 3 hours. But,
didn't Kurt Warner date, or he eventually married his wife, I think, was like 6 years older and had 2 kids of her own, too, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, they've been together for all this time. But, you know, Zach Wilson, I guess it's one of those things that he's, 22, 23. You know what? Different types to make a world. But, you know, but as far as this goes, dear God.
And it just, look, in this sport specifically, your talent can get you to this point. Mm-hmm. The studying, the commitment to the other part of the game, the in between the ear part of the game, is what takes you up here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what gets you to that level. And obviously, then there are levels of being at that level as well. But you don't love to see it. I think it's not great. Will it be something that kind of is forgotten about, in a week's time? Yeah, sure. Like a lot of stories, but you don't really love to see this.
Nope.
But it's only 4 hours. Not 5, it's only 4.
Yeah, but see, you have to put the stipulation to say do 4 hours. I mean, that comes out to be
but here's my
35,
question.
40 minutes a day.
I'm thinking about this. Here's my question. How do we know that these 4 hours, A, he's doing the 4 hours, he's going to be doing it without his phone, PS5, whatever.
He might have somebody watch him.
Headphones on?
He might have somebody watch him.
That, or what, you got to have someone on a Zoom call and you clock in your hours, you something like that. That's, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Not great.
Great. I mean, Kyler Murray was my fantasy quarterback last year. He probably will not be this year.
Wow. So that's really,
dude.
That's
fantasy
making him undraftable to you.
My fantasy team name last year was Cobra Kyler, which I thought, came up with that one on my own, I think, actually, too. But
I had one. The one I had rolled with for basically the 3 years that Sam Darnold was my beloved Sam was a Jet. I had my team was Hey Darnold.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So
well,
I can't roll with that anymore.
There's 87 quarterbacks down in Carolina. So whoever's the starter, you have a pick of whatever you want to call your game name.
Yeah, it's true. And it's got to be clever. It's got to be a pun. If it's not a pun, you're just doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's you got to do the play on words on that. There's full websites that are dedicated to fantasy team names.
They're like name generators.
Yeah, I might have to this year. So
you should. Then you don't draft Kyler.
I will not draft Kyler, but that's okay.
Undraftable Kyler.
Dude, my team somehow will have negative wins. Whoever I draft is automatically guaranteed to tear an ACL in week 1. That's just how it works with me.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I do well fantasy football, so we'll see this upcoming season as well.
It's just money I just give away. So